Hello, welcome to the start of February Devlog update for Ribbongarden. Now, the first thing that's an obvious change is, of course, the background here. Wait, did I have the background already in the last update? Maybe, I might have actually. Yeah, no, actually, I think I did. Hello! Welcome to the February update of Ribbongarden's development process for the first, chapter of the game, basically. I finished the first short sort of section, basically. The section of a chapter, which is about 10 or 12 rooms total done now. And so, there's quite a bit to show in terms of gameplay. Mostly using the same assets that I had before, but there's some new enemies and stuff, so, upon starting the game, the player basically enters this area, which just helps him get familiar with the platform before, yikes, the first enemy attacks. But, yeah, basically, over the past couple of weeks, I've just been adding stuff to the game in general, just seeing how the whole thing really plays out. But this right here is where the player meets a very important character in the story, Rochambeau. I'm not gonna spoil what he is, but let's just call him a spirit of some sort for now. But he's basically the one, they or he, whatever. I keep getting my own character's pronouns wrong. But they're basically the character who gives Tom and Jacob all of the abilities of a game. So, coming across them in each level means you're gonna get a new ability and it's gonna be really cool. So yeah, of course, the first ability in the game is Tom's basic Soliton weapon. That lets you break these blocks, and yeah, you can start navigating this area, just getting your way out of it, basically. But, yeah, so, now we come out into the box. There is the splashes, which is hard to jump out. We just thought it would be fun to have. So here's a new thing. There's these flocks of flamingos. Activate them and die off. You'll see one of them isn't quite right. In fact, it's actually a hermit crab pretending to be a flamingo. You gotta shoot the head until it puffs out of existence. So, the levels in this game really aren't really gonna be that. If you know what you're doing, you can just speed through. Remember where I am. This is the first level, so it's not this flamingo crab, you can just jump over. There's a lot of stuff like that. It's honestly, the way this game is shaping up is a little bit janky and goofy, but in a way that's also kind of interesting. Let me just demonstrate quickly here in this section. First of all, when you come out, immediately they attack you. Which is cheap, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it either. But the other thing that I want to show is that if you jump on them and they jump up at you, sometimes you can damage boost really high. Sometimes. Apparently not this time. I just died. So I'm going to try one more time to showcase the damage boost thing. I'm better off removing a couple of them before trying to damage boost. I swear I can do it. Just gotta keep chipping away. Whoa! Okay, so that is the biggest damage boost I've ever witnessed. Usually it doesn't send you flying off screen. But yeah, I'm thinking I could like incorporate that into like some silly stuff moving forward. But like I'm not sure. Really, I'll see what I do. But yeah, here's a generic wolf guy NPC who makes concrete. There'll be a few guys like this throughout the dream worlds just to populate them and make them feel a bit more lived in, basically. But yeah, he tells Tom a bit that he needs to know about Mina's dream world, which is this sort of alien fantasy sort of deal. But yeah, here's another new enemy. These beetles who just sort of roam around and then charge at you. They're quite small and quite easily taken out. But, you know, they can swarm you. And finally, at last, we find Jacob. Hooray! I'm sort of skipping through the cutscene stuff. If you want to read it, then you can play the game yourself, or you can just pause the video. You might also notice the sort of choppy movement along the ground here. That's kind of intentional. Like, I could have fixed it, but instead I chose to make it worse, because I think it's funny, and also interesting from a gameplay perspective to trip the player up a bit, because like, maybe in later, more difficult levels, the player might be sort of confronted with a choice of like, do I move along this uneven terrain, which makes me vulnerable to being attacked, or do I jump in the air, which makes me move through it faster, but leaves me vulnerable to like, projectiles and flying enemies and such. But, you know, it's just sort of an idea. I might change it, I don't know. But yeah, to save Jacob... Well, I mean, he could probably save himself if he wanted to. But to save Jacob, you have to defeat the mysterious stranger right here. And when you do that, you can talk to him and unlock him. It's really awesome. But... yeah. So since Tom can't get out of here, you gotta switch to Jacob and bounce. Do a bunny bounce and jump all around. Now Jacob has a bit of trouble fighting the bugs compared to Tom. But, you know, he's still capable of getting up here, which Tom wasn't. So then you'd continue with the rest of the level, which I have not actually programmed yet. So, you know, that's gonna be the next task, is finishing off this section of the game. And then I'll start work on some assets for the town area, which is at the top of the mountain to the east over here. And, you know, there'll be a few mechanics, a few story beats and stuff, but it's gonna mostly be me working on sprites and maybe some more music and stuff over the next 2 weeks. I'm not sure if I'll even really have any gameplay to show off in the next update 2 weeks from now. It might just be like a month from now. Well, I'll have more gameplay to show, but I think progress has been alright, really. So yeah, thanks for watching.